else want to write a song. A song that you can fall in love with, and a song that feels like it's capable of loving you back. Can you teach that? I'm not sure. But I have a feeling that part of the problem is the enormity of teaching someone how to write songs, plural. Instead, I believe that the only way to teach someone to write songs would be through teaching them how to give themselves permission to write one song. To teach them how to teach themselves, starting with one song. To me, the difference between one song and songs is not some cute semantic trick. It's an important distinction, and it's more precise about what you're actually doing. No one writes songs, plural. They write one song, and then another. And it's also a reminder of what you really want, or what I think you should really want, which is to disappear, to watch your concept of time evaporate, to live at least once inside a moment when you aren't trying to do anything or be anything anymore, to spend time in a place where you just are. Okay? Okay, that's all. That's something that doesn't happen through songs, plural. It happens only when you've lost yourself in the process of making one song. Part 1. Why? Or do you need a reason to write a song? Why I write songs. Long before I wrote my first song, I thought of myself as a songwriter. I would say to people, guess what? I'm a songwriter. Not, I might like to try my hand at songwriting someday. Just, yep, I'm a songwriter. It was bonkers. I think I was around 7 years old. I was delusional. I was a delusional 7-year-old, and I had stumbled onto some internal TED Talk level trick of self-actualization. It worked. It turns out that the reason I started writing songs is because I happened to be a songwriter. That, plus the looming sense as I got older, that it would only be a matter of time before someone would say, "Boy, I'd love to hear one of your songs." So I guess I found the desire to not be revealed as a complete fraud quite motivating as well. Does that sound like you? Do you like the idea of what it would feel like to be someone who writes songs? Is that your answer to the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Maybe minus the awkward transition from, I'm thinking firefighter, maybe cowboy. I'd like to be something in the firefighting realm, but I'd also like to be on horseback if possible. To the crazy conviction of songwriter, next question, Grandpa. Maybe your internal dialogue sounds something more like this. I'd really like to be able to maybe write songs someday. Okay, let me just settle this right off the bat. You're a songwriter, no doubt about it. And definitely as much as I was before I wrote any songs. Phew, I'm glad we got that out of the way. All right then, thanks for buying the book. Just kidding. Ha, that was hilarious. Sorry. I'm going to come at this from another angle, because I think it's as close to the core philosophy of this book as I can get, and I believe it's worth repeating in a way that might be understood from a broader perspective than just songwriting. The truth is that as I got older, the answer to what do you want to be became much more difficult to say out loud. Even though I always had a pretty good idea that I wanted to write poems and songs and play music, I always had a hard time telling people that I wanted to be a poet or a songwriter or an artist. It still feels wrong sometimes to label myself as something so grand in my estimation. Why? Is it false modesty? I doubt it. My ego seems sturdy enough these days to tolerate some aggrandizement. I think the disconnect is more related to the idea of being anything when it's the doing that's most rewarding. Being something isn't real in the same way that doing something can be real. Everyone has a different idea of a songwriter. We all picture that differently. Your songwriter wears a beret, doesn't she? I knew it. If you can pull off.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.